Hello and welcome back to my channel, Craft Time by Casey. I am Casey, and today I am going to show you how this particular item that was sent to me from ArtDot will hopefully help me to get my studio and all of my beading shelves just a little bit more organized. So if you would like to see how this organization goes, then stay tuned. All right, this is not going to be a full tour of my craft room. If you would like to see that and you would like me to go through, I know I've done that before. If you've seen that video, you might be able to notice I've changed a few things. So if you would like to see an updated tour video of my new craft room, then let me know in the comments below and I will happily go through each and every item because I've found a few things that I absolutely love and a few things that I have done away with. And one of the things that I'm not necessarily going to do away with, but I want to change is my shelves. So I'm going to turn on some lights in here. I love my lights. They're the type you turn on and off by just touching it with your finger, and I absolutely love that. One thing I don't love in my new craft room is that I have no windows whatsoever. This is actually a media room in my house, so it's, as you can see up there, it's wired to be a media room. So I have no windows. So like I said, this is not a full craft room tour, but my shelves are starting to get just a little crammed. And as you can see in some of these shelves, I have things stacked 2 and 3 high and at different depths because I'm trying to kind of squeeze in as much as I can. I love how I have it organized. As far as things are in order, I have just kind of outgrown my space a little bit, my shelves. So one thing I'm going to be working on in this video is my seed beads. And you can see I've got them on here by size. So we've got the 11 O's right here on this shelf and the 15 O's right here. Then we have the 8 O's right here and the 6 O's right here. So I am hoping that the piece of storage equipment that was sent to me will help me in freeing up some shelf space and hopefully having my shelves that I do have look a little bit less crammed. Now, I do have some extra wall space in here. My room is a little bit bigger than my last room. However, a decision I have made for myself is I do not want to buy any more of the shelves to install against the wall. I am just one person, and YouTube and my jewelry making hobby is just that. It's a hobby, and it's a hobby that I absolutely love and I love sharing, but I have a career that I also love that is outside of this hobby. So I do not want this to become something that is so big that it's something that I can't handle outside of my career. I absolutely love my job and I don't plan on, leaving that job anytime soon. So I like the amount of space that I have in here now, and I don't want it to get any bigger. I've been trying to think for a little while now how I can organize this better. I've gotten rid of a few things, but the beads that I have now, as you can see, I have barely any space left on these shelves. I've got like a few spots where I have just a teeny little bit of space. And I want to organize them so that I can see the things that I use all the time just a little bit better, like my metal over here, which this is something I use on a daily basis. My seed beads I use very, very often. And one thing I want to change now that I've got this larger computer monitor, my pearls that I also use all the time are now blocked by this computer monitor. So that is a problem that I have. So I actually, on my desk space, I put my pearls right in front of me because those are some of the colorful beads that I use most often. So I wanted them to be completely accessible to me right in front of my face, and my seed beads right in front of my face, and right side by side right here. And now I have this monitor here that's kind of blocking it. So I have been thinking for the last, oh my gosh, probably month or so, couple of months, I've been trying to come up with ways to reorganize this that did not include, just expanding and buying more shelves and more shelves and more shelves. Like I said, I want to keep this business on the smaller side. I'm much more comfortable with keeping it on the smaller side, like I said, certainly for now. So a company reached out to me called ArtDot, and they said they saw my channel and they wanted me to check out their website to see if I had anything that interested me. And I'm going to insert some pictures from their website right now as I'm saying this. Their equipment and stuff is set up as kind of paint supplies for diamond painting. And that is not something that I am interested in trying right now. Like I said, I love my hobby, my jewelry making hobby outside of my normal job. But when I was looking at their website, I saw they had these pretty nice storage containers that did seem like they would work for the beads and stuff that I have. They're very reasonably priced. And if you look here, each drawer comes with 24 individual containers on the inside. So for the price of this item, you get 96 of the little containers on the inside, plus this additional storage shelf on top. Overall, it is not very big at all. As you can see, if I get my ruler, it is 7 inches this way, and just a little over 12 inches if you count that shelf at the top, but the container itself is about 11.5 inches, and then across it is about 10 inches. So it is not a very large piece. And of course, this, like I showed you earlier, this shelf here on top comes off, and it comes with these stickers where if you needed to or you wanted to, you could put a sticker on top of the container, or if, I guess anywhere on the container really, but in these drawers, probably put it on the top of the container if you wanted to write down the exact color or number or however you wanted to keep it organized. So this also comes with it. And one of the main reasons I really like this idea is because these containers, these 2-inch containers, are containers that I already use. So I knew that it was definitely going to be something that I was very comfortable with. As you can see, I use these round containers quite a bit. And I said it before, I prefer these round containers to these flat ones like this because these are much more sturdy and they don't fall over near as much. And these definitely work. It's just a little annoying when they fall over, but it's not that big a deal. You just kind of pick them back up. These tend to not fall over near as much, plus they hold a little bit more. So when I saw the size of these containers and it was something that I was already using, I thought that this is something that I could definitely try out. So I started thinking, and for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna tell you, I definitely cleaned my desk area, okay? I organized it. I put everything as neatly as I can do it. Now, normally I stay decently organized, but I tried to make it as clean as I could because I wanted to get a true before and after, meaning I did not want to say anything that wasn't true or have my desk be a hot mess and then try to pretend like bringing in this item all of a sudden makes me a clean person. I just don't find that to be accurate information. So what I want to show you is absolute honesty in that, as you can see, in my opinion, my desk is pretty organized. My shelves are also, in my opinion, pretty organized. They're just starting to get a little over full. So I've also said before that I like things being visible. That's absolutely still true. I like things being out like this so that I can see what I have, because when I have things like this and containers like these, I tend to forget what I have if it's on the bottom of the stack. So the big thing that I thought about with this container, and what I was thinking about even before this company reached out to me, was that with seed beads, they're all the same as far as within the size. The only difference is the color. So if I could organize my seed bead shelf, which is almost this entire shelf here, except for a little bit here on the top, that would free up so much space where I can kind of relax some of the compactness over here and spread things out just a little bit more. So that is my plan. My plan is to organize this and have my seed beads go in the new container. And also, these are my chains and my jewelry wire, also my beading thread right there. And I have, of course, stretch cord over here. And I always just kind of keep them set on my desk here. Again, it's neat, it's organized, but it is just kind of sitting on my desk. So I'm hoping to use a little bit of that storage on top to get some of these where they're not just sitting on the desk, where it's just a little bit more organized. That is my plan. I'm hoping that this will help with my organization and, like I said, free up some space and just help my shelves look a little bit neater and a little bit more accessible, where I don't have things that I use so frequently blocked by my monitor, and I free up just a little bit of space. On my side of this, I'm going to end this part right here, and honestly, it'll probably take me maybe a couple days to get everything organized the way that I want it. Then we will meet back up and give you my thoughts on how I think the new setup is going to work. And of course, I can always follow up a little bit later. So once again, we will meet back up once I am reorganized, and we will go through the new setup. All right, I just sat down at my desk and I'm going to start this whole process of organization. And I do want to mention one tool that came with the drawer system, and that is this funnel. And of course, it should just make it a little bit easier to transfer all of these seed beads, very, very small parts. And of course, you don't want anything to fall, so you squeeze it right on through. And just like that. So it should definitely keep things a little bit neater, a little bit tidier, and I think it'll go a little bit faster. All right, so I'm taking another in-process video, and I am super happy with how much I can fit in this storage shelf at the top. Now, of course, I didn't fit everything. I still have a few more things over there with my thread and my wire, but of everything that I had over there, quite a bit of it fits on here. So I am super excited, and as you can see, I've still got some stuff set out. A lot of my seed beads are in there, and my shelf has opened up. Definitely not done, but pretty excited. Wanted to show another step in the process. All right, moving on. So I'm gonna add another in-process video because I'm frustrated. It's actually coming along. As you can see, it's starting to look really pretty. However, as part of my process, as you can see, like I said, I'm moving everything on my shelves, including the top one. I'm kind of shifting everything and organizing it into place. And I had all of my 8mm pearls, my beautiful, colorful pearls that I just dropped. So I have to tell you, and of course, oh, good night. Yes, I'm happy that this is getting done, but man, is this the pain in the booty. It's gonna look pretty when it's done and very organized, and that's what I keep telling myself. But yes, fun times in the process. Moving on. I can't believe it, but I am actually done. I have finished reorganizing my desk. And the first thing I want to say is I did not use all of the containers that came with it. I still have all these ones over here are the 2-inch ones that came with it. So these are all that I have left because like I said, you get 96, so you get quite a few. And just with the reorganizing that I've done, these are the extra containers that I was using before that being able to organize kind of freed up. So of course I keep a lot of my extra containers over here. So I still have more, but those were already over there before I started. So these are the ones that I have left over from this organization and the ones that I freed up. So quite a bit. All right, so let's get in here. So this shelf over here is probably one of my new favorite shelves, only because it's so beautifully colorful, and it is the shelf that holds most of the stuff that I use all the time. This is my most consistently used other than metal. I've got all of my bicones down there, my colorful bicones. Of course, my different size pearls. We've got 4mm, 6mm, and 8mm. Of course, y'all remember what happened with my 8mm pearls. Just a little traumatized. All right, moving on. So we have the cube beads that I have, and then my 3mm faceted. So these are just beautiful, colorful beads. And I do still have beads on the shelves that are behind here, but they're ones I don't use as often. So of course I still have access to it. I can slide the monitor over. So I am definitely still using the space. Just these are beads that are just not quite as frequently used as this shelf right here. And of course, the new addition that kind of sparked my entire reorganization. Now, I've been working on this for the past 3 days, 3 or 4 days. I'm honestly not sure. It's either 3 or 4 days. And like I showed in that cut-in video, there is just so much storage, so much stuff that fits on that top shelf. And the way I have my shelf set up, and the particular style of light that I use that has that elbow joint in the middle, it just fits perfectly in the space on the corner of my desk because of course I have a corner desk. And my light still moves. I still have the ability to do that just like I was doing before. So I just feel like this was the perfect size and shape for my desk. Now, as far as the shelves, I have them labeled with the size of seed bead that is in that shelf. I used those stickers that came with it, and each one of these shelves just slides right out, which I find incredibly convenient. So I can just kind of pull it out and look through the different seed beads that I might be using. And like I said, the good thing about seed beads and having the seed beads in this drawer system is that they are all the same size. Again, I have my 11-Os in here and my 8-Os. And I will say, you'll notice I have a couple of my larger containers in here. So I did have to use a few of these because I didn't want to have multiple small containers with the same color. So I wanted all of the seed beads in each individual color in the same container. So there was a few that I had multiple containers of seed bead on the other shelf. So I did use a few of these larger ones. But as you can see, mostly I used the ones that came in it. So there we go, we have the 6-Os down here. So just adding this freed up so much space. So over here, yes, I know, I have a lot of metal. I use it all the time. And as you can see, I opened up a lot of space that I haven't filled in, and I might eventually, I'm sure I will, but for right now, I am very happy. And everything over here is incredibly organized and sorted by exactly what it is. And I still have some free space within my metal, and that makes me happy. And I don't mind having these stacked by 2. I feel like one of the convenient things about using these little 1-inch containers is that they are so small and you are able to stack them. And when you're organizing, like here, I have all of my spacer beads in the antique bronze color. When you have all of them together, you can kind of look and see very quickly whatever style you want to use for that particular project. So I don't mind having them stacked twice. It was the fact that I had most of my stuff stacked 2 and 3 times, pushed in as tightly as it was. So now it is just a little bit more spread out, a little bit more relaxed. And of course I have my little shelf over here, which I definitely had this over here before. So my final thoughts, I absolutely recommend this drawer system. I will have all of the information linked down below. Like I said, it is so reasonably priced considering you don't just get the shelf. You get the shelf and you get 96 of these containers in it. 96. I love that this drawer system comes completely full with these containers. And if you don't like this particular style of containers, as you could see from the pictures I inserted before, they have several different styles of storage options that you can choose from. And of course, they're advertised for that diamond painting system that they have, but obviously you can use it for anything that you have to store. One more backed up full view of my completely organized desk area, and I am very happy. If nothing else, it inspired me to completely go through all of my shelves and reorganize and get everything neat and tidy, and it just makes me want to start creating things. It really does. So again, if you're interested, I strongly encourage you to use the link that I will have in the description box below. I also have a code. That code is Casey. That's KASI. And of course, that will take just a little bit more off if you place an order. So let me know in the comments what you think of my reorganization or what your opinion is of this new drawer system. And also, let me know if you would like a complete new tour of my updated craft room and let you know specifically why, other than this drawer system, why I've changed the few things that I have changed. So if you like this video and you want to see other videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and give me a like. Leave a comment. I cannot wait to hear your opinions. You guys are so kind, and I definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.